We witness most disrespectful moments as Luffy's Gear 5 form turns imagination into reality, turning a deadly poison attack into the most insane baseball match against immortal demons. Mars crashes through barriers like death itself, and an ancient robot that nearly destroyed the Holy Land awakens after centuries. Mars blasts through the Frontier Dome like a comet straight from the underworld, creating explosions that turn the sky into a light show. This demonic bird crawls out of the destruction looking completely untouchable, resembling the most nightmare-inducing creature you could imagine. The Elder locks his terrifying gaze and realizes he's gotten dangerously close to the source of Vegapunk's worldwide message. Jinbei stares upward with pure horror. This seasoned warrior actually trembles at the sight of this aerial demon. He whips his attention back to Zoro and yells that this battle is finished. They have to evacuate immediately. Zoro finally spots Jinbei after processing Sanji's savage insult, but when they spin around, they witness something unbelievable. Rob Lucci is still on his feet even after getting completely demolished. This leopard fighter is copying exactly how Luffy refused to surrender during their legendary Enies Lobby showdown. Lucci gets ready to shrug off his injuries with an angry snarl, displaying absolutely no intention of giving up. Sanji questions whether Jinbei has collected Zoro yet, and our Fishman warrior is prepared to finish this chaos. Grabbing onto Zoro, Jinbei informs the swordsman that victory is already his. He readies his own technique, but courteously says sorry to the Lucci beforehand. Jinbei launches his 5,000 brick fist, generating an enormous smoke cloud that launches them clear of the combat zone. Lucci steadies himself against the tornado-strength gusts as they vanish, transforming back to human form. But Mars materializes in front of the CP0 operative, ordering him to reveal Vegapunk York's whereabouts. Lucci is completely floored by this heavenly nightmare. During Jinbei's piggyback escape with Zoro, the swordsman is totally clueless about what he just experienced. Lucci delivers Mars a full tactical briefing. York is restrained in the control center on Building A's 4th level. He produces a black Den Den Mushi and names the 2 opponents who just fled, along with mentioning 5 additional Straw Hats and 2 Vegapunks on the upper floor, scheming to escape via the rear exit. He additionally mentions 4 Seraphim and 85 Cypher Pole operatives imprisoned in the lower levels, with merely 6 minutes remaining until Vegapunk's transmission begins. Mars praises Lucci for his detailed briefing while soaring above. But as this winged god begins departing, Lucci frantically demands he has one last crucial point. He solemnly reveals that his partner Kaku remains severely wounded in the control center, pleading with the Elder to protect his life. That's completely new. I never imagined Lucci would ever express that kind of concern. Mars wastes no time crushing those dreams, heartlessly clarifying, it's tough to save one particular bug when you're exterminating the whole nest. Back at the action, Luffy is bouncing off with excitement seeing his massive buddies again. Our rubber hero is chatting happily with the giant duo next to the now decapitated Elder Worm. Luffy keeps saying how it's been more than 2 years since their last meeting. Honestly, these giants can barely identify him anymore. Brogy talks about how legends circulate in Elbaf regarding the deity that Luffy embodies, curious about where he discovered this transformation. Our stretchy captain is completely lost about their meaning. Warcurie absolutely never anticipated running into giants on Egghead. Saturn calls this development a nasty complication. This monstrous creature brings back memories for Dory of Elbaf's wilderness areas. Luffy informs his buddies they shouldn't be engaging in combat right now. Evacuation is the priority. These giant warriors got the message from Sanji during their journey here. The cook wanted them to relay that everyone's assembling on the island's opposite side. Dory raises a horn to his lips and takes a deep breath. These warriors refuse to watch the Straw Hats get captured by the Navy. He sounds the horn, creating an earth-shaking noise that booms across the entire battlefield. Every other giant warrior hears this call. It means their leaders have located Luffy. Victoriously hoisting their weapons skyward, these fighters get ready to return to their vessel. Saving the Straw Hats is their sole mission here, and destroying marine battleships won't earn them any loot anyway. They burst into laughter while Navy soldiers shake with pure fear. Warcurie hates that they're broadcasting a retreat signal and chooses to respond with his own version. This demon pig wants to demonstrate how useless trying to flee would be. Luffy senses the danger even before the attack launches. With a thunderous bellow, this beast unleashes his conqueror's haki. Luffy and his giant allies must steady themselves against this otherworldly roar. Trees and rubble get tossed around like a hurricane just hit. It even strips away Luffy's hat, scar, pants, and sandals. The impact spreads way past their battle. Terror grips the Marines once more, and several collapse from the overwhelming pressure. The giant leaders worry about Luffy, but his rubber body somehow withstands the assault. Luffy mentions how narrow that escape was while sticking his scar back on. Identifying this as Conqueror's Haki, he questions who this monster could be. Brogy simply labels him a world government heavyweight. The demonic pig spins through the atmosphere, stunning Luffy, but the giants are ready for action. Warcury's tusks transform into sword blades that crash into their shields. They call this their Sun Shield defense. This boar demon questions what destiny could connect these giants to someone like Luffy, curious if they possess any knowledge about him. The warriors crack up at such a simple question. Luffy is their buddy. With lightning-fast coordination, they launch the giant pig away. He smashes down beside Saturn while Dory and Brogy demonstrate their incredible strength, though it's still puzzling how Mr. Three's candles manage to trap and fool them so easily. The Ox Spider takes a deep breath, recognizing their position before firing a storm of dark projectiles. He announces they'll be wiped from history's pages alongside Luffy. Spotting this incoming assault, Luffy predicts poison danger and warns his friends to be careful. Stretching out a massive Gear Third arm, he yanks up a palm tree and quickly carves it with his teeth into a baseball bat design. Then grabbing a paint bucket, he covers the bat in shimmering golden paint. He slaps on a helmet and gets ready for the perfect swing. As the toxic spheres close in, Luffy takes action. He simultaneously launches every single one back where they came from, exploding with laughter as he tells them to enjoy their own poison. The elders clearly never saw that coming. Who would expect that? But here comes the shocking twist. Those returned attacks detonate into multiple explosive clouds. Luffy is absolutely speechless witnessing this atomic-level devastation. A couple giant crew members inform their leaders that these flames are going to seal off the forest route. Dory concludes it's departure time, but Brogy can't see any real urgency since those monsters appear eliminated. Luffy sets him straight. They must keep moving because these enemies are literally immortal. All three dark figures rise from the fire completely intact. Luffy and the giants begin their retreat while Dory questions whether they're actually immortal beings. Luffy remains uncertain, but regardless of his attempts, they just keep regenerating. Brogy has never encountered any species or power that grants such abilities, but despite running away, he considers this a win. Nami and the crew are standing by with the Sunny while she urges Jinbei and Zoro to hurry up. Jinbei confirms they're heading that way, but Zoro argues they'd arrive much quicker if they could both sprint normally, but knowing Zoro, if Jinbei lets him run alone, he'll probably get lost, and we'll see him in some completely different anime next episode. Bonnie arrives at the giant warrior pirate vessel, but danger is waiting. Vice Admirals Pomsky, Guillotine, and Red King have positioned themselves to eliminate her. At the same time, Sanji continues his sprint carrying Dr. Vegapunk when Mars suddenly materializes before York, demanding she reveal the location of the rune displayed on the screen. This loudmouth woman breaks into tears as the demon speaks, questioning its identity and begging it to go away. Navy personnel gather around Kizaru, questioning whether he's injured and offering medical assistance. Still hiding his eyes, the Admiral confesses his injuries go much deeper, making them even more concerned about helping him. But rest is all he desires. This hits deep, knowing he's lost nearly all his friends who brought joy to his life, leaving him with no one close due to his conflicted sense of justice. But there's an even more pressing development. Something vastly bigger than even a giant has just emerged on the northwest coastline. This ancient machine glides through the flames like they're harmless water droplets. After centuries of slumber, the ancient iron giant has finally awakened, pleading for Joy Boy's forgiveness. The Gorosei believed this machine was obliterated ages ago. It almost leveled the Holy Land. Because of Luffy's presence, they'll be forced to confront this terror once more. Based on everything we've witnessed, Saturn wields poison abilities, Mars controls electricity, Warcury commands fire, Nusjuro manipulates ice, and Jupiter dominates earth elements. That's this episode. Luffy's reality-bending baseball game against immortal demons, Mars terrorizing everyone in his path, and an ancient robot awakening with centuries of regret. Which scene absolutely destroyed your expectations? After all this chaos, we're finally getting the backstory on these complex spies and their betrayals. How intense is this character exploration going to be? Big thanks to all our channel members for supporting us. Huge appreciation for everyone who showed love on the previous video. And please keep those comments flowing because they seriously motivate me to push out the next episode breakdown as fast as humanly possible. Don't forget we're aiming for 1 million subscribers. Only 960,000 left to go, so smash that subscribe button.